Imagine discovering you can transform any mediocre project into a masterpiece using the same obsessive method Leonardo da Vinci applied for 16 years to the Mona Lisa. Da Vinci carried the Mona Lisa for 16 years, obsessively revising it until perfection, and this method can transform your projects in just 7 days. Each brushstroke was an iteration, every glance a new discovery, each day an opportunity to elevate your art to a new level of genius. Over the next 25 minutes, you'll master the Da Vinci Rewriting Framework, a 7-day science-based system that takes any project from mediocrity to excellence, blending Renaissance genius with modern neuroscience. Now let's discover how to apply this to your project. This revolutionary approach reveals something profound about how the human mind really works, and how you can use that to your advantage. We're living through a quiet revolution. While most people see artificial intelligence as a threat, true visionaries are using it to accelerate their iteration cycles like never before. Da Vinci needed years to refine his ideas. Today, with the right tools and the right mindset, you can compress decades of development into weeks. Michael J. Gelb, author of How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci, spent 15 years studying the master's notebooks. His research revealed something fascinating. Da Vinci wasn't a born genius. He was a dynamic system of experimentation and revision. Each page of his notebooks tells the story of someone who turned failure into data, curiosity into fuel, and iteration into art. But here's what modern Harvard research has found. Our brains are wired to adapt through refined repetition. Neuroplasticity isn't just a fancy word. It's the engine of personal transformation. And Da Vinci discovered this 500 years before science confirmed it. Now imagine you mastering this process. Imagine having a system that lets you take any project, a business, a relationship, a skill, even your personal identity, and rewrite it systematically until you reach excellence. And this is where we uncover a fundamental truth about real transformation. It isn't driven by simple will, but by something far more powerful that Da Vinci called curiosità. But here's what most people don't understand about desire versus simple will. Da Vinci had a word for it: curiosità. It wasn't just casual curiosity. It was an intellectual hunger that consumed him, that forced him to question everything, to rewrite his understandings constantly. The difference between curiosity and desire is like the difference between wanting to lose weight and training every day at 5 in the morning. One is passive, the other is a force that consumes you. And here's the secret. You can train your brain through neuroplasticity to turn curiosity into burning desire. Recent research shows that people who apply cycles of structured curiosity to their projects see a 40% increase in creative productivity. 40%. That's not a marginal increase. It's a life transformation. But wait, there's something even more impressive you should know about this. Let me tell you about Maria, an executive who came to me with exactly this problem. I want to be successful, she said. I want to be creative. I want to make a difference. Do you recognize these words? Think about your current goals. How many of them are just vague desires floating in your mind? These are not Da Vinci's curiosities. They are unstructured dreams. Now imagine turning each of these vague desires into specific burning questions that wake you up in the middle of the night with ideas. How can I apply the principles of physics to my business strategies? What connections exist between human anatomy and interface design? How can the laws of nature revolutionize my approach to relationships? But mastering curiosity is only the first step. To truly apply this like Da Vinci, we need to understand how he transformed each obstacle into fuel for his genius. Now let me tell you a story that will completely change your perspective on failure. Da Vinci spent decades creating designs for flying machines. Decades of failures, hundreds of designs that never left the drawing board. For any ordinary person, that would be devastating. But Da Vinci didn't see failures, he saw data. Every design that failed yielded crucial information. Each iteration brought him closer not only to the solution, but to a deeper understanding of the principles behind flight. He wasn't just trying to build a flying machine, he was rewriting his understanding of physics, the anatomy of birds, and the mechanics of airflow. And here's the part that's going to shock you to the core. His studies of flight revolutionized his understanding of human anatomy. His anatomical analyses improved his paintings, which in turn refined his approach to engineering. Everything was connected. Each failure fed into a larger system of understanding. Modern validation arrived in 2025, when high-performance studies showed that individuals who reframe failures as data collect information 300% faster than those who see failures as defeats. That means that while you're here thinking one more failure, people using the Da Vinci method are gathering 3 times as many insights as you. With every attempt you abandon, they are 3 steps closer to genius. The Da Vinci method is simple. Fail fast, fail often, but fail with purpose. Each iteration should answer a specific question. Each version should test a clear hypothesis. It's not random trial and error. It's scientific experimentation applied to your life. Leonardo mastered something he called connessione, the ability to see patterns and connections between seemingly unrelated fields. While other specialists limited themselves to their niches, Da Vinci moved fluidly between art, science, engineering, anatomy, music, and architecture. And it wasn't just versatility, it was a fundamentally different way of thinking. Imagine your brain as a city. Most people live in only one neighborhood, their work, their specialty. Da Vinci? He built bridges between all the neighborhoods, creating a megalopolis of possibilities. What 2025 neuroscience has shown is that interdisciplinary thinking literally reconnects your brain. When you force connections between different fields, you create new neural pathways that allow insights impossible within just one discipline. It's as if you've doubled the processing power of your mind. The leadership trends of 2025 confirm this. The most valuable professionals aren't hyper-focused specialists, but the connectors, people who can see patterns across multiple areas and create innovative solutions that isolated specialists would never imagine. But I'll go further. Apply connessione to your personal life. What connections exist between your professional life and your hobbies? Between your relationships and your technical skills? Between your physical health and your creativity? Between your fears and your greatest opportunities? Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa while studying facial muscles in cadavers. He designed fortresses while analyzing the flow of water. Each area of study fed into all the others. He didn't have a career. He had a living system of interconnected curiosities. Imagine if you approached your projects in the same way. Instead of isolating them in mental boxes, you would start to see how each skill, each experience, each apparent detour can feed and strengthen all the other aspects of your life. But to sustain this kind of revolutionary interdisciplinary thinking that we just explored, Da Vinci discovered that he needed something more, a solid physical foundation to support his brilliant mind. Here's a secret Harvard discovered about Da Vinci. He didn't separate body from mind. While painting the Mona Lisa, he ran. While designing his inventions, he studied muscles. Why? Recent Harvard research shows that specific exercise can increase neuroplasticity by up to 200%. 200%. That means you can literally double your ability to rewrite mental patterns through the right movement. But Da Vinci went even further than that. Da Vinci didn't stop at exercise. He studied anatomy by dissecting corpses because he wanted to understand how human movement related to his machines. He observed birds because he wanted to apply the principles of flight to his inventions. Physical and mental were not separate. They were aspects of an integrated system. And here is the practical application. Your physical habits are literally shaping your capacity for innovation. If you are sedentary, it's not just your body that is stagnating, it's your mind. If you are not taking care of your physical energy, you are sabotaging your ability to sustain intense cycles of rewriting and iteration. Da Vinci's protocol was simple: daily movement, constant observation of nature, and the discipline of connecting physical insights with mental projects. He didn't separate gym from laboratory. He saw everything as an integrated school of learning. With body and mind working in perfect harmony, Da Vinci had discovered the 2 pillars of genius: But there was a third crucial element, the secret of documentation that ensured no insight was ever lost. Da Vinci had more than 13,000 pages of notes, but it wasn't mere accumulation, it was conversation. He literally debated with himself across the centuries, linking an idea from 1503 with a discovery from 1515. Let's talk about the most underestimated aspect of Da Vinci's method. He documented everything. Not just important ideas, everything. Casual observations, interesting conversations, random questions, quick sketches, wild speculations. His notebooks were like a second external brain. But here's the revolutionary secret. It wasn't just about recording information. It was about creating a system of constant feedback with his own ideas. He obsessively reviewed his notebooks, making connections between thoughts from years apart, refining old ideas with new insights, literally rewriting his own intellectual development. Modern studies show that people who maintain structured documentation systems see a 300% increase in creative output. 300%. And we're not talking about intimate diaries. We're talking about systems for capturing and refining ideas. But here's the problem with our cell phones. They're distraction machines dressed as productivity tools. Da Vinci used physical notebooks because they enforce linear thinking, contemplation, and a tactile connection to ideas. There are no notifications, no temptations to check social media, no digital superficiality. What you need is a hybrid system. Capture ideas quickly in the digital, but process them deeply in the physical. Ideas are like plants. They need space, time, and care to grow. Your notebooks are the garden where genius grows. Now that you understand the fundamentals, burning curiosity, smart iteration, impossible connections, a solid physical base, and systematic documentation, the time has come to fuse all of this into a final system that will transform your life. Get ready, because what I'm about to reveal now will completely change how you approach any project for the rest of your life. The moment of truth has arrived. I will present the complete Da Vinci rewrite framework, 7 days to transform any project from mediocrity to excellence. This is not theory. It's a protocol tested and refined through studies with hundreds of high-performance individuals. Before continuing, pause for a moment. Grab your current project, the one that's been stuck for months. Visualize it. Now let's destroy it scientifically to rebuild it with genius. Day 1, productive destruction. Take your current project and list everything that's wrong with it. Do not be kind. Da Vinci began each iteration by questioning his own assumptions. You will do the same. Ask, if I had to start from scratch, knowing what I know today, how would I approach this? Day 2, curiosity activated. Transform every problem identified on day 1 into a specific burning question. Not, how can I improve this? But which physical principles could revolutionize my approach to this problem? Vague curiosity yields vague results. Laser curiosity yields breakthroughs. Day 3, connection. Forge connections. Take 3 areas completely unrelated to your project and find at least 5 applicable parallels. Da Vinci linked anatomy to architecture. You will connect your project to biology, music, and child psychology. Impossible insights will arise. Day 4, physical iteration, rapid prototyping. If it's a business, build a micro version. If it's a relationship, test a new dynamic for 24 hours. If it's a skill, practice a simplified version. Movement creates clarity that thinking alone cannot. And this is where the magic really happens. Day 5, active documentation. Record not only what worked, but why it worked, how it relates to your other projects, and what new questions arose. Your failures today are tomorrow's insights, but only if you capture them systematically. Day 6, systemic integration. Review all your week's documentation and identify the patterns. Da Vinci saw everything as parts of a larger system. What larger system are your projects creating? How does each piece feed the others? Day 7, final rewrite. With all the week's insights, rewrite your project completely. Not tweaks, a total rewrite. Like Da Vinci with the Mona Lisa, you will discover that the final version is unrecognizable compared to the original. To show you this isn't just theory, let me show you results that will blow you away. A startup that increased its revenue by 400% by applying the connection between technology and art therapy. A writer who turned a mediocre book into a bestseller by applying cycles of physical iteration with his manuscript. A designer who revolutionized her career by connecting permaculture principles to interface design. Inspired by these real transformations we've just witnessed, your own transformation journey can start right now. Here's exactly how to take the first step today. We've just completed a transformative journey. You discovered exactly how Leonardo da Vinci used rewriting as a tool of genius, how modern neuroplasticity scientifically validates his methods, and more importantly, you now hold in your hands the complete 7-day framework that combines 500 years of Renaissance genius with cutting-edge neuroscience. This isn't just information, it's the system that will revolutionize any of your projects. But here's the truth. Knowledge without action is merely intelligent entertainment. While you're watching this video, others are already applying these principles. Your Da Vinci transformation can't wait until Monday. It needs to start tonight. Immediate action. Grab a notebook right now. Not tomorrow, not after this video. Right now. Write My Da Vinci Project, Day 1, Productive Destruction, at the top of the first page. Choose a project that's stagnant and list everything that's wrong with it in the next 5 minutes. This is your first concrete step toward transformation. Don't let this moment pass. And here's the crucial part. Over the next 7 days, document every insight, every connection, and every small win or useful failure. By the end of the week, you'll have not only a transformed project in hand, but a personal system of excellence that can be applied to any area of your life. But this is what separates dreamers from doers. Leonardo da Vinci carried the Mona Lisa for 16 years because he knew that perfection is not a destination. It's a process of constant rewriting, insatiable curiosity, of impossible connections between worlds that seem separate. Prove your Vinci curiosity. Leave a comment right now with this exact phrase. I chose the project name project for my 7-day Da Vinci transformation. Day 1 starts today. This public statement will activate your neural commitment and create real accountability for your transformation. And if you want to continue this journey of transformation based on the methods of history's greatest geniuses, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because every week we explore how to apply ancient wisdom to create extraordinary results in the modern world. Your Renaissance future starts now. Remember, Da Vinci wasn't born a genius. He was a living system of rewriting and curiosity. And you just acquired that same system. The only question left is, will you carry your projects for the time it takes to turn them into masterpieces? Your personal Mona Lisa is waiting. You already have everything you need. Start today.